Okay, so now we got a little bit of a review about solving equations. So, this is the kind of equation we worked on a lot first semester. Now, a couple of things. One, the letter, and Abe's here too. The letter is what we want to solve for.
Say hi.
Okay, say hi, Abe.
Hi.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to write that at the bottom. So that's our goal. Our goal is to get C alone. Okay? Now, if you remember, we had a way to do this, which was pretty handy. We'd say, okay, if you have a C, the first thing that would happen to that C is multiplying by -10. Then the second thing that happened to the C is adding 11. So, to figure out what we got to do, we have to do it in reverse. We got to subtract 11, and then we got to divide by -10. We're just doing the opposites. So, let's see what that looks like. First thing we do is subtract 11 from this side. That cancels out to get a 0, so we're doing good. And then we subtract 11 from this side. This is where a lot of people made mistakes, because we had -159 minus 11, and that'll just give us more 11. So we bring this down. We have -10C is equal to -170. So now we divide by -10 on both sides. A -170 divided by a -10 would be a positive number. And whenever you divide by 10, it's like you're moving the decimal point over, or you're getting rid of a 0. So you get 17. And that's our answer. Let's look at the next one. So here's what we got next. We want to figure out what E is. So our goal is to get E all alone. We have two things in the way. -2 and a +8. Well, what we want to get rid of first is that +8. So to get rid of a +8, we need to -8 on both sides. Okay? So what we have left, so a positive 8 minus an 8 is a 0, so that cancels out. We're just left with a -2e on this side. And that equals whatever 42 minus 8 is, which, if you remember, it is 36. Okay? So now what we're going to do, we're going to divide by -2 to cancel that out. What?
E has a straight down, and a tree has like curves, so they're almost the same.
They look almost the same, but they're not almost the same. So 36 divided by -2 is going to give you a -18. And that's your answer. Now let's look at this one. X over 6 minus 17 equals -18. Well, X is what we want to get alone. So now we want to get rid of -17 first. So to get rid of -17, you got to add 17 on both sides. So what you have left is that cancels to 0, and you have X over 6 equals -1. So now what you want to do is you want to get rid of that, you want to get rid of that divided by 6. The way you get rid of divided by 6 is timesing 6. So X is equal to -6. Okay, I think we got one more. Right? Oh, let's skip this one. Let's look at this one. So what we're going to do is we want to figure out what E is. Equals E. And now what we're going to do is we got to get rid of that -5. And we've got to get rid of the -8. Well, what do we get rid of first? That's right, the -8. So to get rid of the -8, you add 8. That cancels. And you add 8 here. So what you get on the right side is an e over negative 5. And what you get on the left side is whatever negative 11 plus 8 is, which is negative 3. And now you want to get rid of that divided by negative 5. And you do that by multiplying by negative 5. That cancels out to 1. Multiply this by negative 5. Negative 3 times negative 5 is a 15. And that is my answer.